welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope every single follower is doing well. And if you're new here, this is Mrs. Trot. We're here to talk about real life. We're here to talk about interracial relationships. We're just here to talk about every exciting topic regarding real life and interracial side of things. So today I'm here to talk about a couple of things that I have been experiencing and generally life ever since I did move to the UK. And I thought, you know what? Let me fill you guys in. There's so many new things that I have been experiencing. Quite a lot of shock in here. Both positive and negative, coming from an African girl who has never actually been out of the boundaries of Uganda. So this is an exciting one. So let's key into this and, let's have this conversation together. And please feel free to interact as much as possible because this helps us, move ahead in life. So kindly keep your comments coming and we'll be able to, chit chat here and there. There are people who are coming into my inbox and reaching out direct to me. I've made a couple of friends already who are living in the UK and it's making actually life much more easier. Now, this is my experience living in the UK for these past weeks that I have been here. I have literally seen so much. Every single time I'm always left in a state of shock. I still remember when I came, Lord, the roads alone, I was like, wait a minute, how am I going to be able to navigate these roads? That was the first thing in my mind when I first arrived. Lanes are so many, and I just deep inside my heart I'm like, no, I don't think this is for me. But I think as time has gone on, I've been able to really understand how roads are. So it's been a good thing. But still, people are so fast. That's the first thing. When I landed, I just felt, not in a bad way, but I felt the need for better growth back home. That's like literally the first thing, because the level of development that I just saw at first sight was overly mind-blowing. Not in a bad way, but I think we are Ugandans, my country, I come from Uganda. So we are really backwards. Like right now, I'm not trying to make this look bad, but development wise, I think we need to really get up in that area. Now, other experiences living in the UK aside from the developmental side of things, goodness, the weather. I came in winter. It's cold. I'm going to try and express this in the best way possible. It was choking cold, but somehow it was kind of okay for me. I didn't quite, get intimidated with that coldness. Right now, I would say I'm actually much more better with the cold and I'm getting used. But I came in winter. I think we're still in winter, right, babes?
Yeah.
We're still in winter. End of winter. We're getting towards the end of winter now. But the cold is something that you're never prepared for. Okay? I'm not yet certain of how the other seasons are going to be, but yes, the cold was another thing that. Whew. So next is the food. I want to be honest with you. If I had the ability to come along with food, trust me, I would. But unfortunately, as told, it's very risky carrying food and blah blah blah. So I did not, carry anything along. But I am telling you, it's so different. First, yes, there is variety of food here, I would say. But my only problem as an African girl is the fact that I love soupy things. Like soup. Soup is a thing, not dry food. So I've really had a difficult time with dry food. That's the fact. So come prepared knowing that you are and because cook. If you also do not know how to cook, you're going to have a big problem because it's either you are going to depend on dry foods all the time, but yeah, food is dry. Whereas the Africans, we are always having food with soup. You have food and then you have sauce. Sometimes it's just food, or sometimes it's just sauce. What? That's better. But I'm an African. I love my soup.
I'm English. I hate soup.
That's
I
it.
don't mind it occasionally.
Yeah, so that's where you get to see some of the differences that we have when it comes to food and so on. So please learn how to cook to be on a safe side because you can easily buy food stuff and then be able to make them for yourself. The beauty is there are African shops that are here that you can also be able to buy things from, but keep it in mind. Every single time that I'm going to buy stuff, I'm always equating it to Ugandan shillings because help me explain how an avocado is 35,000 worth Ugandan shillings when back home I am buying them at 2,000.
But then the same goes when I'm there.
I know.
If I want cornflakes or English food, I've got to pay through the nose for
But
it.
it's not so bad.
It can be.
It's not so bad.
It can be.
Well, so guys, that is it when it comes to food. The next thing that I want to talk about is the shocking level of bills here. Hi. What? The bills are shocking. Sijui gas, electricity, the heating system as
Electricity
electricity,
and gas for lighting and heating
gas for lighting and heating,
and hot water.
hot water,
Water bill,
water bills.
rent,
Then you have
rent,
rent,
or mortgage.
then rent or mortgage, depending.
How much it costs to run a car.
How much it costs to run a car.
How much it costs to run an African girl.
How much it costs to run an African girl. Yo, the bills. I give respect to these guys. I really give respect to them, especially for those who like have things put together for themselves. I give respect to them. They are managed well. It's a plus for them. Bravo to every single person living abroad, and the cost of living is so high, and they are making ends meet each and every single time. Bambi. Bravo to you guys. You've done well. You fought a good fight of faith, and I'm honestly proud of every single person who makes it when they come out here. Now, next on the list is job opportunities. It's very tricky, right?
What?
Job opportunities.
Not if you're me.
Yeah, obviously. But for immigrants, it's quite tricky because, first of all, you need to have references.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to have work history.
You need to have a work history.
Some jobs you need to have a criminal records check.
Some jobs you'll definitely need to have a criminal records, your criminal records to be checked. What is the other thing? What was it?
Long application forms.
Yeah, to a point that he had to work on my application things.
And that was just a bit where I put your name.
So it's quite tricky because now if you're asking for references, you're asking for all of these things for an immigrant, it's really kind of difficult for us. Um, our qualifications may not be valued, right?
It'll carry some weight.
They will carry some weight, yes, but somehow you will have to go back to school to, upgrade here and there.
Possibly.
Yeah. But truth be told is unless a company, brings you up and stuff like
I
that.
just think that when you first come here,
Come closer.
I just think that when you first come here, you've got to establish your work history.
You have to
We're trying to do it
establish.
slightly different with Emmy,
Yeah.
but generally you'd have to accept the crappiest of crappy jobs.
At the beginning.
Yeah, just to get an employment history and to get the references
Right.
and to get the stability. Because like Uganda's difficult. If it was something like France, they could probably check your employment history, but in Uganda, even the URA don't know what people are doing. So what chance have they got?
So it gets quite tricky for immigrants, but please let me know in the comment section what you've done over time, especially if you don't have like much qualification when it comes to work experiences. I, for one, I've owned a business most of the past 6 years. I did work, but it has been basically in sales. So it doesn't really help. But the only thing I would say that has really carried a lot of value to me has been the businesses that I've been having back home. So where am I going to start from? So literally at this point, any available thing that I can put my hand on and that can bring finances for me, you know what, I'm open-minded and I'm always out there and doing it as much as I can, as I build up my work history. But it's tricky for immigrants. But if you have better ideas on how immigrants can really get these jobs, please feel free to, comment on the comment section. We'll be happy to, talk about it. Then the next in line in the list, you need to realize that not everyone here is wealthy. People on the streets are shocked to see people begging on the streets, right?
What?
Not everyone is wealthy.
No one is wealthy. Top 10% are wealthy, similar to Uganda.
Yeah.
Just what you call poverty here is different to what you call poverty
Yeah, I've
there.
seen it's quite different because even people who are on the streets, right? People who are on the streets, you find that they are having beddings,
But when you look at this, like we're in an area where the housing is the cheapest,
Yeah,
and then 3 roads away are all the mansions.
you're right.
So it's kind of similar to Uganda. Okay, the levels aren't as harsh if someone's got nothing, but in sort of real terms, the gap is as big.
Yeah.
Because the top end are more top and the bottom end are less bottom, but you've still got like the progressions. And if you look at the bottom end, the homeless people, they're just as homeless as a Ugandan person who's homeless.
Yeah, so I've seen a couple of homeless people and I was like, wow, right, not everything is glam.
And when they're begging here, like the situation I had, we don't carry cash.
Yeah.
So I couldn't give the guy any cash because I didn't have cash on me. So in the end I bought him food. But so if they're out there begging, asking for money, they can't go and hawk because no one's got cash to buy the product.
Exactly. So it's quite challenging, but not everyone is wealthy and people are really struggling. So you see those who are really making ends meet and, putting stuff together. People work hard here because literally I see people mostly over the weekend. And even so over the weekend, maybe Saturdays when people have gone shopping, that's when you can like literally see people out there. But it is what it is. That's the
other
experience.
difference as well is people don't work near to where they live. Look at me.
The workplaces are
I
pretty
had like a 2-hour
distance.
drive every day
Yeah.
for work because people don't work where they live.
Yeah, so one thing I've also noticed is people budget more with their finances, which is something I'm actually still struggling with.
Yep.
People struggle more, people budget more with their finances. Back home, I love to hold my money in, you have your money in your pockets, you feel rich. Yeah. I don't remember when I last touched money. But yeah, coming back to our point, people budget better. And that is one thing I think I'm learning. And I know for sure I'll be much better as time goes on. Yeah, I still have that mentality of, you know what, I need to get this, I need to get these, I need to get these. But now I need to start toning down. Plan on everything before you can even think of purchasing it. Right? We are getting there. So, other than that, next on our list on my experience with things around in the UK, the place is generally very well developed. Oh my god, the level of development here will just blow your mind. I think I spoke about it early, but it is you get to see, you don't even, when you look at the roads, you don't see potholes. They are actually not there. Maybe if it's there, it's like a tiny bit of it. So the other day as we're actually driving, and there was a pothole. When we came back, the pothole was sealed up. And I'm like, this is how mindful these people are with their roads. You get, with everything that concerns them. Like they are so concerned about solving the problem, so you go to the next chapter. Even when people are driving on the road, you find that people are so mindful on the road, in the sense that, let's say, I'll give an example of the area where I'm living. Usually the roads are smaller, so you find that one person leaves way for the other to pass, and like things are moving just pretty fast. But yes, the development is a yes for me because I have seen it, and I would say this is a place that if you if you set your mind to really work and develop and you want to make it, this is a place where I'll also say the saying hard work pays really is in it. You work hard, you're paid for it. It's that simple. I've noticed that. And I'm getting into the system. Yeah? I'm getting into the system. Now, getting into the also another bit under the development bit of it, when hospital related things, you're supposed to sign up with a doctor, while back home you can just walk to the hospital, any hospital of your choice, and have treatment. You can go to a clinic, have treatment, and things are just done there. Menange, you must be assigned to a hospital
Unless you go private, which is
unless you go private. That's what he says,
unless you go private, which is very expensive.
which is actually very expensive.
It may cost you like 5 million just to see a doctor.
Okay, now that's crazy expensive. So if you're not in the private bit like some of us, you're assigned to a doctor. If you're sick, I think you have to also get an appointment. God forbid
That can take up to 3 weeks.
that I get sick, because who is going to wait up to 3 weeks to see a doctor? So good health is something that one needs to always consider. It's a shock for me. So many differences in things here. I talked about the roads. You find that cars are really so much in good condition. I think it's because of their policies concerning
Laws.
the laws concerning driving and etc.
You can't drive a policeman. There's no way you can drive a policeman. If you do something wrong, they're going to nick you or they're going to fine you.
Yeah.
They're not going to ask you for lunch.
Right. And the fact that there are cameras everywhere, literally, it shocked me. Cultural shock. Mama. Remember yesterday? I told you some kids are smoking. Like, they are young. Lord, my mouth was left open watching these young kids, and I'm like, wait, what? Yeah, no, it's people do it, but it's not that open back home. You get ways of dressing. You find that normally when someone is like 13, 14 years back home, things like lashes. Oh my God, I saw young kids wearing lashes, and I'm like, ha ha ha. Even you're yet to smile about other things, but there are so many different things. Are like culture is so different here. Culture is so different here, but you know what? I appreciate the fact that as brought up the African way. I want to see his reaction.
Yeah.
African parents have done a great job in raising us because look at me, I'm 30, but before my mother, I'm like a child. You get that kind of thing. So bravo to our African parents because you guys have done a great job, and please keep raising them up in the way that they will be better people out there. So this has been some of my experiences. Please let me know. It could not necessarily be in the UK, but in Europe. Let me know where you are and some of the cultural shock that you've experienced. You could be in the UK. I may not exhaust everything, but from whatever I have seen past couple of weeks, that's the best I can really talk about. So guys, it will be a pleasure interacting with you, and please let me know some of your experiences coming abroad in general. Babe,
What?
you have anything to say?
I'm working.
Remain blessed until next time. Or not forgetting that I am a makeup artist and skincare specialist. So back in Uganda, I do have a skincare studio, a skincare shop. I'll call it that. We sell UK skincare products that we source from here, and definitely I, ship them back home to Uganda for sale. So if you want any form of help concerning your skin, I'll be able to assist you. And yeah, everything skin, acne treatments, you name it. You want a glowing skin, you want a brighter skin, you need some form of hydration on your skin, come let us talk. It will be a pleasure helping you. Remain blessed. Bye bye, till next time.